What up, y'all? It's your man, Abuamerican. So check it out, man. You know, I made the mistake of going on Facebook. I have it on my browser sometimes. I don't actually have the app installed anymore. And everybody's up in arms over Trump's, immigration policy, where INS is arresting parents and then they're separating the children from the parents. And the children are interred until the parents' trial and the results are met, and generally it leads to families being separated. And there's a lot going on here with this, but let me start off with the most obvious point. First off, if you don't want your kids to end up in a difficult situation, don't break the law. I mean, if I go rob a bank with my son in the back seat, what do you think's going to happen? They're just going to take us both home. Oh, here you go. We'll come pick you up tomorrow, Mr. Abuamerican. Just go ahead and get your son settled. No, they're going to take him and they're going to contact, what are they called? The family observation people. What are they called? I don't even know what they're called. If you're a bad parent, and they have to question whether or not you're capable of taking care of your child. Those people, what I'm talking about. They're going to call them and they're going to be like, this guy's got a kid and he robbed the bank with the kid in the back seat. And they're going to come take that kid and they're going to put my kid in some halfway house, home, whatever else, or with another family until they come up with a decision on what they're going to do with me, which is likely going to put me in jail because I broke the law and I broke the law with my kid with me. So this is the first point. How about you just enter the country legally? How about that? You lasted this long wherever you were with your kid and your wife and whoever else that was with you. You can wait a couple of weeks longer. You can wait a couple of months longer. It just doesn't make sense. I don't understand where the logic on this is. It's just like people, they're not thinking. You broke the law. We don't care if you agree with the law or not. That's irrelevant. There's a law that says don't do this. You can debate, you can vote, you can try and change the laws through legal systems. But until then, the law says don't do this. And if you do, you're criminal. You come across the country, you come across the border illegally, what do you think's going to happen? You're going to get arrested. And nothing's going to go your way. Because now you've lost all sort of power, all sort of authority, all sort of decision-making policy, and it's been handed over to those who are now imprisoning you. The next problem is American Family Court. And you're like, what? Wait a minute, what? American, we talking about INS, immigration, this, that, the other. Yeah, Family American Court. The American Family Court. There is nothing more responsible for the separation of families than the American legal family system, the family court system. They separate fathers from children at a higher rate than INS ever will. Not one of those people has ever protested that. If I go on all these people's timeline on Facebook and I'll scroll down, they'll never talk about parental alienation. I guarantee you they've never spoken about it. I guarantee you they never talked about the injustice of the American family court system and how it separates fathers from children at an exceptionally high rate. I guarantee you they never spoke about it. You know what that is? That's just a bunch of virtue signaling cunts who are jumping on the anti-Trump bandwagon. And Trump, you know what he's doing? He's doing the right thing. Because the next time some irresponsible, idiotic twat wants to come across the border illegally, he's going to stop and think, oh, you know what? Maybe this is a bad idea. Maybe I might lose my kids. Maybe I'll end up in jail and won't know what happens to my kids. I should maybe think of a better and new plan. And people will stop coming across the border illegally at such a high rate. I'm totally for that. You know what? If this acts as a deterrent, if you understand who you're dealing with, if you understand who they are and what they'll do, then why would you try and come across the border anyway? Illegally. Explain that to me. And if you know who they are, what they're capable of, what they will do, and you come anyway, then everything that happens to you and your family is 100% warranted. It's 100% justified. Because when your kid is mentally, emotionally scarred from that incident, and he grows up and he thinks, you know what, my dad was a real cunt bag for doing that to me, you deserve that too. Not only do you deserve your internment, you deserve whatever your kid starts to think about you negatively later on in life. And I hope he treats you like the cunt bag you are. But no, you know, I'm sitting here arguing with a bunch of freaking virtue signaling twats, you know, just idiots. I tell you, you know, Facebook is full of the most lowbrow, anti-intellectual, leftist freaking anal sphincters that you could ever find on earth. You know, Twitter is significantly better. I switched to Twitter, and I'm on Twitter, and it's like just, it's night and day. You know, people are far more intellectual and intelligent on Twitter than they are on Facebook. Facebook is such a dead platform. It is just taken over by a bunch of anti-intellectual, regressive left idiots. And some of them are my family, unfortunately. As much as I love them, you know, I'm not saying it's okay to insult my family, but man, just some of them, they just... Anyway, let me know what you think. This is your man, Abuamerican. You can catch me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. No, not Facebook. Steam it. All at Abuamerican. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I'm out.